The top 10 worst states in America to live. When there can be the best states to live in America, well, there can be the worst states as well. The worst places to live in America may be worth avoiding due to problems like rampant crime, economic instability, poor education, and public health systems. These states are declared the worst states after a closer look at a number of different factors. These factors include economic opportunity, local attractions, public health, crime, environmental quality, and inclusiveness as measured by legal protections written into state laws. If you end up enjoying the video, make sure to give it a like and remember to subscribe for more videos like this in the future. So let's go ahead and dig into our video. Number 1. Mississippi. The worst state in America to live on our list is Mississippi. It's the only state that has a life expectancy from birth of less than 75 years. It has the highest adult obesity rate, which is 36.5%, and the largest percentage of adults who report no leisure time physical activity, which is over 31%. Mississippi is also the only state in the country where more than 10% of households have income of less than $10,000 a year. It also has a poverty rate of nearly 20%, which is the highest of any state. The state ranks among the worst 5 in the country in a number of other socioeconomic factors. These factors include adult bachelor's degrees and high school diploma attainment and unemployment. It also has the highest cardiovascular death rate and the highest infant mortality rate of any American population. Number 2. West Virginia. The second worst state to live in is West Virginia. The population in West Virginia has declined by 0.8% over the last decade, which makes it just one of 2 states where the population has actually gone down. This decline is a result of the state's continuous struggle with long-term social and economic issues. The state ranks either worse or second worst in nearly every major measure of health. It also has the highest smoking rate and the longest average time spent by adults in a state of poor mental health per month. The state has the lowest median home value, which is just at $121,300, compared to the national median home value of $229,700. Number 3. South Carolina. The third worst state in America to live is South Carolina. South Carolina is one of the poorest states in the country. The poverty rate in this state is 15.3%, which is considerably higher than the national poverty rate of just over 13%. Lower-income Americans and those facing serious financial hardships typically report poorer health conditions. In South Carolina, life expectancy from birth is just 77 years, which is almost 2 years lower than the national average. Crime is often more heavily concentrated in lower-income areas, and this factor makes South Carolina a relatively dangerous state. Number 4. Kentucky. The fourth worst state to live in is Kentucky. Kentucky is one of the least healthy states in the country. The life expectancy in Kentucky is 75.4 years, which is the third lowest among states, and about 3.5 years below the national average life expectancy. Smoking is one of the leading causes of premature death in the United States, and nearly 1 in every 4 Kentucky adults smoke, which is the second highest smoking rate in the country. It also has one of the highest adult obesity rates and one of the lowest percentage of adults who exercise regularly. But there is one bright spot, which is that it has a relatively low violent crime rate. There were 212 reported violent crimes per 100,000 people in Kentucky in 2018, which made it the 7th lowest among the states. Number 5. Arkansas. The fifth worst state of America to live is Arkansas. By almost every socioeconomic measure, Arkansas ranks poorly compared to the vast majority of states. Nearly 25% of adults surveyed in the state said they were in fair or poor health, which made it the highest rate compared to any other state. Arkansas also ranks among the worst 5 states in obesity, smoking, and physical inactivity. Adults in the state report the second longest average time spent in a state of poor mental health. Arkansas residents are among the most likely in the United States to be poor. The typical household has an annual income of just $47,062, nearly $15,000 below the national median household income. The poverty rate in this state is 17.2%, and that's 5th highest amongst the states. Number 6. Louisiana. The 6th worst state on our list is Louisiana. Louisiana is one of only 6 states where fewer than 1 in every 4 adults have a bachelor's degree. Americans with college education are less likely to be unemployed, and the annual unemployment rate in Louisiana is 4.9%, which is nearly the highest among other states, and well above the comparable 3.9% national rate. With a weak job market, Louisiana is also home to a large number of residents facing serious financial hardship. This state has an 18.6% poverty rate, which is higher than all but 2 other states and well above the 13.1% national poverty rate. Number 7. New Mexico. The 7th worst state in America to live is New Mexico. New Mexico is one of the most dangerous states in the country. There were 857 violent crimes reported for every 100,000 people in the state in 2018. That's more than double the national rate of 369 per 100,000. Crime tends to be concentrated in poorer areas, and in New Mexico, 19.5% of the population lives below the poverty line. This state has the 2nd highest poverty rate among all the states, well above the 13.1% national average. It's predicted that the high crime rate and widespread financial hardship may make New Mexico less attractive to potential new residents and families. Number 8. Oklahoma. The 8th worst state is Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, over 14% of residents lack health insurance. That rate is 2nd highest among other states in America, which is also above the national average of just under 9%. Those who are uninsured, and particularly those who live in poverty, potentially face worse health outcomes. Oklahoma, which has one of the highest poverty rates in the country, has a life expectancy from birth of just 75.9 years. That's 6th lowest among the other states and 3.2 years below the national average. Number 9. Alabama. The 9th worst state in America to live is Alabama. Usually, you earn more when you're educated, and in Alabama, only 25.5% of adults have a bachelor's degree or higher. The low educational attainment helps explain why most households in Alabama earn less than $50,000 a year, even as the typical American household earns nearly $62,000 a year. Lower-income Americans can afford fewer healthy options related to diet and lifestyle, and adults with lower educational attainment are more likely to have unhealthy habits. Life expectancy from birth in Alabama is 75.4 years. That's about 4 years below the national average. Number 10. Tennessee. The last worst state in America to live on our list is Tennessee. Tennessee has the 3rd highest violent crime rate of any state, with 624 reported incidents of rape, robbery, murder, and aggravated assault per 100,000 people, as compared to the national rate of 369 violent crimes per 100,000 people. Memphis, in particular, has one of the highest violent crime rates in the country. The state is also one of the least healthy in the country. Life expectancy from birth in Tennessee is 76.1 years, which is 3 years lower than the national average. The state ranks among the 10 worst for obesity, smoking, physical activity, and infant birth weight, all indicators of a population's overall health. So that was all for today's video. Tell us in the comments below what you think about these states. If you enjoyed the video, then give it a huge thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.